I've just checked the radar and we're getting quite a lot of rain coming today, which is incredibly unusual for this time of year. It is December and we are basically in the heart of summer. January is our heart of summer, and it was really hot yesterday and the day before, close to 40 degrees, and now it's quite cool. We're probably around 22 degrees. I was going to stay like this all day, which is nice. It's nice to get reprieve from the heat because it can get incredibly tiring when it goes on for weeks or a week on end. But I'm just going to make sure that the rain gauge is empty because I want to see how much rain we're getting, and it's much welcome because we didn't water last night. We were actually finishing off mulching and covering the clay with compost last night until it was dark, so around about just after 9 o'clock we were out there. So we didn't get a chance to water, and what better way to water than naturally through the sky. So just wanted to show you the difference. So this bit here has all been mulched, and this bit here has a little bit of mulch on it, but there's still a lot of bare soil, as you can see. And when we have bare soil, we get a lot of weed pressure. A lot of the native grasses, or the grasses that have been planted in the pasture, are coming through, and they're quite hard to get rid of. So we are wanting to cover them with as much mulch as we can, and it's really hard to get mulch where we are. We can use hay, but that's full of weed seeds, so it's kind of defeating the purpose. So we're creating compost and using wood chips when we can get them, which is incredibly rare. And what else? Making our own wood chips and silage when we can get our hands on that too. So silage is a fermented hay, and often rats will get into them and spoil it for the farmers, so they can't feed it to their cattle. So we've been lucky enough to get 2 600 kilo rolls, rounds, whatever you call them, and we put them on our gardens, but we've come to the end of that. So we are still busy creating compost to be able to bring into this incredibly depleted garden that we've got. Our goal here through our time here is to create as much organic matter as possible and increase the soil life as much as possible, which is going to be a lifelong mission for us. But we are using this garden bed now. We've got 2. We've got one that's quite fertile, and then this one. So even though this one isn't fertile at the moment, and by not fertile I mean there's just no topsoil, we've actually been getting pretty good growth. So I'm not sure how that relates to nutrition in the food that you're growing. I'm sure that it's going to have a big difference and a big impact. You're not going to have as much nutrient in the food that you harvest, but we want to be able to start growing down there, and we just make it a mission of ours to add as much organic compost as we possibly can. These pigs here, they've been prepping the next garden bed for me. So this is about 700 square meters all up, which, funny enough, is the same size as our old suburban house block. Yummy.
Can I eat it?
Whoops.
You can have it. There's another good one.
Yeah, I'll get it.
Can I eat it? I'm not getting good ones. Mummy. I've got a lot of flavour in it.
I've got plenty over here as well.
Finding lots of nice ones.
Oh, that looks good.
Give this one a try.
Look how good that looks.
Ho ho ho. But this one's the best, look.
It's not the best.
Yum. Yeah, eat it.
That is really good. Flavour, Matt.
Oh yeah.
I'm finding a good spot down here, Dad.
Got a couple of big bowls full Perfect for dessert. We've had a pretty chill day today. We've just been doing some household chores. Plus it's been drizzling on and off, so we've been inside for that, and we also had some friends visit, which was lots of fun. But we haven't had much rain in the rain gauge. I don't think it's registered anything. None. Just a little drip, so not much rain. But that's okay, we aren't desperate for it, so a little drizzle is good. But I'm just going to pop down to the veggie patch and pick some snow peas. Coming! We've got a nice little handful of snow peas, and I've got heaps more for tomorrow. These are the potting peas. I might have to cover it up over here to keep the parrots out, because they like to feast on these as well. But I really want to get some this time, because we didn't get any last time, they ate them all. But that's it from us today guys. We've had a really nice quiet day, and we'll be out here again tomorrow. We might harvest a couple of chickens and might put some more organic matter on the veggie patches. We hope you have a good night, and we'll see you guys tomorrow.